Yes, my people. One of that. Oh yeah, now we ain't doing that. It's a Tottenham takeover right now here tonight. Tottenham TV with my boy Sean, with my homeboy Zeus in the building. Obviously, my co-host happens to be here in Niger Englishman, and also his good bedrooms in Egal. Everyone, look, welcome to tonight's show. Tonight's show is going to be fire, partly because we've been waiting a couple of days to kind of do this show, but these Arsenal fans have been delaying. Oh, we just want to see what happens with the
Big man, your game was yesterday. Why are you lying, bro? Your game was yesterday.
When we wanted to do it,
bro, the show is every Monday. Why are we going to change the schedule?
This is the intro. You don't interrupt the intro. So as you can see, there are more Tottenham fans on this show tonight. That's because the takeover is starting. And gradually you're going to see one touch go from one touch to no touches, and then rival show being the Spurs show. So look, this is what it is tonight. No jokes aside, it's a pleasure to be here. Niger is only right as co-host. I will bring you in, then I'll bring in my home dogs. And Egal, you're my home guy. Honestly, Egal, you feel like someone I grew up with. The only thing letting you down is your team, bro. But apart from that, it ain't personal.
My team's not letting me down this season. I'll tell you that.
Niger,
let them know.
Introduce yourself.
Oh yeah, now my people, my people. Yeah, you can see there's a smile on my face. Maybe if we did do the show on a Saturday, there might have been a little bit of a frown, but we sent our slaves to do job for their master yesterday, and Tottenham went to get us the W and kept it all square. Started the weekend 5 points clear, ended the weekend 5 points clear. So big up, man. Smash the like button, share, comment, subscribe, all of that. Big up, Deji Spurs. Finally getting a chance to host again. So yeah, let's have it, mate.
Can't wait. I'm gonna bring in Zeus at this point. Egal and Sean.
It's Zeus, Spurs fan based in Toronto, loving the weekend results, of course, and not as hype as Deji has been in terms of expectations. I'm like tempered, like pleasantly surprised by the weekend results, but yeah, let's get it in.
Bro, hey, Egal, man drew a man from your ends just to come on this show. Imagine.
Yeah, because this is what we're doing. This is a London thing. And then we're also taking it to the 6. You get me? That's what we're doing.
Big up to the man all the way in the 6 yard.
Yo,
my man's from Toronto. You already know this. That's my birthplace, Toronto, Canada. But yo, listen, I'm in the UK now. We're talking about Arsenal. This is what it is. I don't know how you became a Spurs fan all the way over there. Like, I need to hear that story at some point today. But when it comes down to it, I think you're the only Spurs fan I've ever heard that's from Toronto. So, like, big up to you.
We out here. Man.
But
me,
Arsenal,
Drake,
we lost this weekend, but Tottenham,
Cardinal, them kind of guys. Sorry, my bad. But them kind of guys,
okay, No worries, bro. No worries. Just to let you guys know, North London has never been disconnected ever. They have helped us out massively. Harry Kane has proven that he's one of our own, and he's a gooner through, scoring a goal, breaking his record, doing what he's done. But yeah, big up to One Touch, big up to Deji, big up to everyone in the panel. We got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, my bro, come through, my bro. Come on.
Hey, just so you know, Sean is a legend out here, bro. We got a remix to Wonderwall that came out earlier today, and we're gonna unleash that once City have been given all their rights.
Yeah, scamming that they're doing right now. So big up to you, mate. Guys, Sean, introduce before we get in.
No, how you doing? Yeah, Sean from Spurs Talk Show. Been on the show many times. I like to come on and wind up Niger and whoever else is on the show. It's always fun, and yeah, good to be here. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah, so look, I think it's only right. Big up, Sean. Look, it's only right. I'm taking over today, and it's about time. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes when Niger's kind of hosting, it kind of is samey. So it's good that we've had a bit of a chase tonight. No, I'm only joking, Niger. No more disses. I'll be polite until you bring in your brethren Kenevi, and then it will all go haywire. Anyway, I think we need to get into it. Egal, maybe it's only right we come to you. Everton, a lot of the man them called it. We were calling it the Sean Dice, the kind of manager bounce. Nigel refused to acknowledge what was right in front of him. That's why I'm not coming to him first, because we could see it as Spurs fans, but your brother there was wearing rose-tinted lenses. He couldn't see it. I was even being nice. I was even saying that you man might even get a draw, but we all know what happened. So, Egal, look, explain yourself. What happened at Everton? It was a below-par performance from your team. Let's get into it.
What happened was it was a shock of the weekend. I don't think you could say you predicted this, or you could say this was predictable. I think it must have been the shock of the weekend. Do you not agree with that? First, let's begin there.
No, I mean, look, I want to bring my brothers in, but I had it down. I said to Nigel, if you watch the last show, I said I'm predicting a 1-1 draw because Sean Dyche, we know what Sean Dyche can do. He's very well organized, can set up the team. They had a good. And then also, I wasn't convinced by the way you lot disrespected the FA Cup the previous week. I just thought you deserved to crash. You deserve to crash and burn. And that's
we played. First of all, we played a stronger team in the FA Cup than we've done in any cup competition this season. That's the reality.
Let them know.
Is that team as strong as the team you field normally in the league?
No, but you're not
exactly.
going to.
So you disrespected the FA Cup then.
No, we got to rotate, bro. We're involved in the title race.
One thing you have to realize is you're going to rotate in your cup competition no matter what. You guys have rotated even in the Champions League early in the season. So don't make it seem like you play the same team every single week. That's just the reality. Now, number two, when it comes to the Everton game, bro, realistically, it was a situation of two storms. One, I hate playing new managers, and they were up for it. They're fighting. The fans were up for it. Everton seemed transformed already under Sean Dyche, and after beating one of the best teams in the world, they are definitely going to be staying up this season. I don't dispute it for any second.
Best teams in the world. Calm down.
There's no calm down. That is a factual statement.
Best guy to the world.
Can you name
us domestically before you start?
No. That is a cast iron fact. You can't name more than two teams that are even in the same breath as Arsenal at this moment in time in world football. So that's just a reality. Besides Napoli and Barcelona, who else is even close to what we've been doing this season? And that's just on form. So, and that form is from a whole 18 games. So at this point, you can't even call it form. That's just who we are. So getting back to that, they were compact. They slowed us down by putting 8 men behind the ball, 2 people to just try to progress the ball. And Arsenal was not ourselves on the night, and we were very lackluster. We couldn't really get into second gear, and it just became a situation where it's like I'm more concerned that away from home, we have 7 more games this season away from home, 9 of those games at home. So I'm confident in the home games. Those 7 away games are going to be the real test now. Are people?
Well, the last time I spoke to you, Egal, you were saying that you were stronger away from home than you were at home, and that you were
we're the
confident.
We're the best team. We're the best team in both. But I'm just pointing out off the back of this loss, could it be that the smaller teams away from home now try to implement the same style against us? That could be the situation. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying we're going to lose. I'm not saying we're not going to win the league. Unlike Niger, I believe we are going to win the league. And I don't think there's going to be an issue with that. I think we're going to win the league by so much points that come Chelsea, they're going to be giving us guard of honor at the Emirates. That's
right.
It's a lot of chess considering you haven't scored in 180 minutes of football, and you're out of the FA Cup.
2 games.
Brother, we're top of the league by 5 points, bro.
Why shouldn't we be confident, bro? Things are changing.
FA Cup, and this game, yes, we haven't scored in those 2 games, but I'm not going to get off track. And remember, we are still one of the best goal-scoring teams in the league. We're still one of the best defensive teams in the league, and you can have a blip. This was a blip, in my opinion, and there's nothing more than that.
Well, we'll see about that. Sean, this is your time to come in on the girls' points before I bring in Zeus and then Niger. But Sean,
I'm sort of joking. I'm somewhat joking a little bit. Of course, you are, in a very strong position. I'd even go as far as to say, and I was talking to Kunle about this earlier on a WhatsApp group, that it does feel a bit like it's Arsenal season, because even Manchester United now, like they're the team that's probably of the top 4 or 5 that are in the best form, but now they've got to play Leeds back to back, and Leeds have got they're going to have a new manager bounce kind of thing. So maybe Leeds are going to do the Dyche on Man United. So with Manchester City's troubles, it all feels like it's a bit of a conspiracy for Arsenal to have a good season. But at the same time, you can't fight the facts. You have not conceded. You haven't scored. So in the last 2 games, you lost your last 2 games. the form is a little bit dip. Let's see if it's the start of a bottle job. Remember what happened last season? Last season, the 4th spot was yours and you bottled it. Arteta hasn't yet done it enough for me to prove that he isn't a bottle job. This could be a blip or it could be the start of the unraveling. For me, though, the challenge is who's going to be there if you do bottle it? Who's going to be there to take advantage? Man City look absolutely awful at the moment, so I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. And Manchester United, well, they've got to get past two games against Leeds with a new manager. But I just feel like it's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. Everyone that was saying that Arsenal are going to be runaway champions, like you just said, Egal. We haven't seen Arsenal.
When did he say runaway champions?
He just said they were going to get the parade at Chelsea.
I said we're gonna get a God of honor against Chelsea, and I do believe that we're gonna walk away with this league. City are not themselves. We're gonna get into it, but don't jump ahead.
No, City are not themselves, and so I would probably err towards the side that Arsenal are gonna get away with this one. But like I say, it's the first time this season. It's the first time this season that you couple a little chips away at that impenetrable armor. Let's see if Arsenal bottle it. Let's see what happens. And right now, we don't know if you're going to or not. You did last season.
I'm not going to rebuttal to every point that you guys make. I just want to say this one thing. This is our second loss of the season. In 14 games, this is our first loss. When it comes, and I'm only including league games. And when it comes down to it, after everything that's been said, this season we've only dropped points on 4 occasions. That is not something to be laughing at.
So far, Egal, and remember, you still got to play City twice. And you know what? What I'm not going to have.
Something? I'm not scared.
What I'm not going to have on this. Can I just say, what I'm not going to entertain on this show is anyone disrespecting City. City is the best team. City is the best team in the country. We all know that.
But they're second.
No. However, you've heard it here before. Sean said it last week. Tottenham have a thing over City, and so most people were not surprised. What I will tell you, Egal, just in case you didn't know, you don't have nothing over City. You will get snapped up and messed up by that team. So before you start going too far and trying what's Liverpool about the season being done, how about you beat City first twice before you think you win the league, my bro?
That's you know something? It doesn't matter if we beat City twice. We beat you twice, and we beat. And guess what? You beat them, so that gave us 9 points. You literally helped us out this season already. When it comes to something else, you just said that you have something over City. Guess what? You had something over us. We came to your house and we bopped you with 2 goals, and you didn't do nothing. So when it comes down to it,
you didn't beat us though. We beat ourselves in that game.
Guess what? It doesn't matter.
We beat ourselves.
You want to know why? Because you know why it doesn't matter? Because last season when we flopped top 4, you guys said it doesn't matter that you had Rob Holding. It doesn't matter that you didn't have Partey. It doesn't matter that you didn't have Kieran Tierney. So right now it matters that you guys messed up your own game. It doesn't matter. The reality is we don't care how it happens. We don't care how we win it.
We're coming back. We got loads to we're coming back. You know, can you please drop some
love that
bombs
you go.
from your
My
fellow
guy.
guy from the 6? Please drop some bombs.
I mean, to be fair, you guys have kind of stolen all my points.
Don't worry,
but,
repeat it.
you know, but Egal said some stuff. He said some stuff in terms of like the template, right? I don't really watch a lot of Arsenal games, to be honest, but basically whatever Dyche did, he hinted about putting 8 men behind the ball and leaving a few guys up top. A lot of teams can replicate that, right? And it's literally like we called it on the last show. We were like, okay, this is going to be a tough game for Arsenal, and they buckled, right? Like we expected it was going to be a draw, like 2-2. I think we said 1-1, and they buckled under the pressure. And I still say it's a lot of young guys. I mean, you have your Man City players and like the guys who've been there, done that. It's still a lot. The core of the team is Saka, Odegaard, younger guys, right? So I still think there's, a lot of pressure on them. The first time they're really going to face that pressure. So I expect them it's going to be way tougher.
So what, Xhaka and Partey aren't part of the core of the team?
No, but if you get an injury to one of those two, do you really think that Jorginho is going to step in and fill that gap?
It depends how you use him.
No, there's no way you use him in any way, shape, or form that fills the gap of Partey or Xhaka.
No.
No chance.
The thing is,
Only
No,
way to
but
use
You're
no,
Jorginho
making it. You're
is
making
he
it.
your
You've
kit
asked the
man?
question. You've
Is he
asked the
your kit man?
question. You've asked the question, but the answer is you can utilize players in different systems in different ways. For example, you guys bought what do you call it? What's his name?
Danjuma?
Basuma, and he hasn't played much this season. But guess what? One of your injuries happens to Bentancur. Basuma comes in. He's not the same player, but you guys
Yes.
expect to have similar results.
Same player, yeah.
Yeah.
no, but do you know what, Egal? Do you know what it is? They've got Conte as a manager, so they're not used to having different systems. You know what I'm saying? It's one system,
Fair enough.
back eight,
What point
and
you
hope
trying
for
to
the
make?
best, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
To be honest, Jorginho's closer to Xhaka than he is to Partey. I understand that. So if Xhaka and Jorginho and Odegaard have to play in the midfield together, we're going to have to find other solutions on how it's going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zeus,
Yeah.
did you finish your point before, or
I think my point is just that it's not going to be, a walk in the park for Arsenal, right? I think Egal said
Will
the
be.
Chelsea game is when they're going to have
Wow, Egal.
they're going to be winning by Chelsea, and I think that's end of April or something like that.
Let me
And
ask you a question. Zeus, against
Yeah.
Leicester, you confident?
Leicester, is that on? Yeah.
we're gonna Egal, why are you skipping ahead? Let's unpick your
I think
team.
we had
We're
a
gonna
we've had
do
a
this
wobble,
Leicester thing
and
in
the
a
way we
moment.
played the last game, like I think there's a lot of lessons to be learned from that. Maybe because Conte was out of there, but there's a lot of lessons that I believe we're going to take.
My point is, I'm confident in every single game I go into. That's why I think it's going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah, well, you're confident because you and I know,
Bro, don't tell him the reason why he's confident,
That
bro.
is-
He'll tell
it's a-
you, bro. He'll
it's
tell
a
you, bro.
freaky
Don't tell
season.
Egal why
we
he's
know it's a
confident,
freaky
Deji.
season.
He will tell
and,
you,
and-
bro.
and you know what makes me laugh? We coined it here on this show that Arsenal's having a freaky season, and then I hear people like Gary Neville, Jamie Carragher making the same comparison between Arsenal and the Leicester side. And you man will come out here, call me deluded, call us Spurs fans deluded. But the truth is, everybody can see it. It's a freaky season. You're not gonna perform this same way next season. That's a fact. And to be honest, with the way that you man buckled against Everton, I lost my faith in you, man. I lost my faith in you, man, on the
Are
weekend.
you tagging me in now, Dej?
Come through.
Thank
Say
you.
your thing.
That's what big up. Smash the likes, my people. I've heard some interesting comments from the panel as well. Like Deji, first of all, Deji wants to talk about last season. Now he wants to talk about next season. The thing that he definitely doesn't want to talk about is the current season that we're in right now. Because every time he looks up, he sees the mighty Reds of Arsenal. And I thank you for what you did yesterday. I'm not upset. Anything you lot are saying to me, enjoy yourself. I even said enjoy yourself today. Today is all about Tottenham. You are my boys. My slaves went to work last night. You are my slaves, and you went to work. And you know what? If we do win this league, what a great story. A Arsenal fan from the age of from when he was a toddler. He came to the stadium, secured the record of Jimmy Greaves to help his boyhood club win the league title. What a story that would be, man. That's going to be definitely part of the what's it called? The DVD. And if you want, Tottenham fans, because we know you lot don't celebrate a lot, we would even let you make a DVD of that game as how you contributed to our title right now. We do that for you. Do you know what I'm saying? But about Saturday, I've got their excuses, bro. Literally, like, as soon as I saw that midfield three, I knew it was going to be a long day. 3 African bruisers in the middle of the park. Don't let Onana's nationality confuse you. We all know he's really African, but yeah, he represents Belgium.
He's excellent. He is.
He's probably had his best game as an Everton player on Saturday. And Everton had a strategy. Just, what's it called? Bully us in the middle of the park and go for the long balls. There was not one creative player on the pitch. And they capitalized. We weren't ready for it. And it was annoying to watch. After 15 minutes, I was petrified. Like, what team am I watching? It was the first time I watched an Arsenal game this season where the players looked arrogant, where they thought, by just showing up to this game, we can collect the 3 points.
So what other teams are there that can play that sort of way against Arsenal? You still got to go to Newcastle, haven't you, away as well?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that, to be honest, bro. I'm not worried. Like, just like Egal said, I'm not actually scared of any fixture this season. But what scares me is this: Arsenal this season have not proved to me that we can cope when we can win a game when Partey is not on the pitch, a Premier League game. That's an alarm bell for me. But I'm not doubting my guy, Super Mick Arteta. I've doubted him in the past. I can't doubt him. I want to assume he has a plan for Jorginho. I want to assume he has a plan for Jorginho, and I'm not going to put Jorginho as a scapegoat for Saturday's result. He had nothing to do with the loss. The players let the team down. It wasn't one individual. But yeah, we weren't at the races. But Sean said something earlier. He said, "You lot back to back without winning a game.
Without scoring a goal,
whatever.
And getting dominated for 180 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so you're adding those extra ones. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
But
I can keep going.
We've seen 2 times in the season where Egal and myself have seen twice prior to this time in the season where rival fans get excited when Arsenal drop points and this is the downturn, and we bounce back with back-to-back victories. We go on another run, so I don't see any reason why we don't continue that.
Okay.
So we got Brentford at home. Obviously, it's not everyone can beat Brentford, which
that's not an easy game.
I'm sure Deji knows about.
It's not an easy game, Brentford.
Of course, it's not an easy game. It's a London derby. And we run things when it comes to London derbies this season, so
probably a game that you don't want right now, though.
Just so you know, we've won every London derby this season, so why shouldn't it continue, bro? Can you say that?
So far.
Can you say that?
I just want to make my point before Egal comes in, because I can see my guy there that patiently waiting. But you just hold tight, bro, because Tottenham are running the show tonight. Look.
Tonight, yeah.
For me, previously, when you man the drop points, you guys came back straight away with a win. So far, you've lost 2 games on the bounce. I think for me, that's the same Everton team. I don't give a damn. Everton, Sean Dice only had a week with those players. So you can't work miracles in a week. I know
you can, dude. You've seen it happen on numerous occasions.
But what I saw Everton do to you, man, in that first half, if Everton won 4-0, no one would be vexed. That's the truth. They had so many chances that they missed, because we're talking about...
They didn't even have 4 chances in the first
1-0 flattered Arsenal. And Egal, I respect you enough. You're someone who's very analytical, factual, all of that stuff. I expect you to kind of corroborate what I'm saying. If you come with any rubbish, I ain't saying that.
No, it's true. It should have been 3-0 at halftime. But they weren't clinical.
See that? I hope you heard that, Nigel. See, that's a real.
No, we're on
the
the same show, bro. Of course, I heard it.
Then, what was worrying for me is that in the last 2 games against City again, you man looked like you got rolled over. You got rolled over.
City
and
game.
Tottenham, we didn't really try. Do you get me? We didn't really try to stop up Man City, but we showed you, man. This is how it's done when you put your mind to it. Do you get what I'm saying?
You didn't try, but you put your mind to it. Which one is it, then?
I'm not going to lie. Let me tell you this.
Man said we didn't try, but we put our mind to it.
No, you didn't try. But what I will say is this.
Deji's a madman.
I predicted Arsenal wins from now to the end of the season. I can't lie. Something about the way you man rolled over and got folded up makes me worry that you man are going to go on a run. And Egal to come on there pumping his chest, talking about the best team in world football. You really need to just calm yourself down, because you will be one of the ones crying on streams
name 5
when
better
your team does a bottle job this season.
Name 5 better teams.
Mark my words.
In world football?
Name 5 better teams in world football right now.
What, in terms of form, players, what?
Everything.
What we working out?
We're basing it on this season.
Yeah.
Name 5 better teams.
Real Madrid.
No,
Napoli.
Napoli's one.
Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich.
No, Bayern Munich.
What do you mean no?
Nah, but I'm willing to give them that.
Hang on,
I'm willing to give them Bayern. I'm
willing
to give them Bayern.
Napoli,
no, sure, it's all right.
Wait, there's so many, because we're combining form and
there's not so many.
Your squad is not that good. You've got an amazing midfield.
One second. Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga this season have 7 draws. You cannot tell me they're better than Arsenal. I'm sorry.
No, but Sean, you just said something very, very interesting. And I love that you said it, and it's on the stream. So I'm going to clip it up a little bit later. Sean just said, and there's plenty squads better than you. So Sean's further enhancing our point now. So there's plenty squads better than us, but yet we sit pretty at the top of the best league in the world.
I know.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you.
And you're pumping that like a good thing. You are fragile. If Thomas Partey gets knocked over,
but yet till now,
get
Sean,
back up.
we're top of the league. He's talking about right now, bro.
One second.
This season, we've been better. We've been
One
massive.
second. Why does this logic only apply to Arsenal?
It doesn't only apply to Arsenal.
Anybody in world football who loses one of their best players in a key position is going to suffer consequences also.
Correct.
That is an issue.
The question was, who is the best team?
I've been taking notes. So yes, we are currently one of the best teams in world football, and you cannot name more than two teams that are even in the same stratosphere.
It's based on form and squad and strength.
No,
and
based on the season so far.
I asked Egal what was he judging?
Egal said everything. Point tally and performances and consistency in the league this season. There's no teams besides Barcelona and Napoli who are even close to us. Now, I just want to get back.
You think you can beat Barcelona if you play them or Napoli?
100%. They're in the Europa League just like us.
All right, we'll see, won't we?
Okay.
We'll see.
Let's continue.
I got some stats.
One second. I've taken some notes.
Deji,
I got some stuff for you. First, you said ceiling. You actually said in this stream that you believe this Arsenal team have hit their ceiling. That to me is ridiculous. We are still one of the youngest teams in world football and still getting better. We're currently the youngest age in top flight football, and all these players are getting better. Plus, in the summer, we're gonna go drop massive money on Declan Rice or a massive midfielder.
Like you did in Jan, yeah.
In January, we improved our team. You cannot dispute that.
You reckon?
Yeah, we have.
Yeah,
we signed 3 players. We signed 3 players in key positions. You cannot tell me we've not enhanced our squad depth.
Okay,
slightly.
we're gonna deal with that.
Then go into the next thing. You talked about London derbies. Guess what? Yes, we are undefeated in London derbies.
We've won every one of them. Tell them.
Next game is the same game that we played against Brentford away that we won 3-0 with no Odegaard, by the way, to kick off this last run that we had of 14 games. So when we lost last time, we played Brentford, we won 3-0, we went on a 14-game unbeaten run. I expect us to do the same thing. Then when it comes to the City game, yes, you guys beat City, but at the same time, we beat you guys comprehensively. So if anything, it just proves to us.
So you're going to beat City because we beat City?
No, it just proves to us that City are vulnerable, and Arsenal have shown a higher level of consistency than City this season. So every time you talk about City are better than you, City are this, City are that, when we get to the City portion, we're going to actually break it down, how they are not the same old City team. And at this moment in time, they are the team that's crumbling, and Arsenal is the team that's showing the experience.
That's fine, but you said you made the statement, and I came in and said, on what basis? On form or talent or team or what is it? And
I said consistency throughout the calendar year.
On everything. You went based on everything, and on that basis, I would have named four teams, and there's a lot more as well. When you include everything, not just form, not just this season, on your definition, there's more than 5 teams that got better, better overall than Arsenal.
In the league in world football, every league, Arsenal, Napoli, and Barcelona have been the most consistent, and they have also accrued the most points. Those 3 teams are the only teams that are in the same category. Those 2 teams are the only teams that are at this moment in time in the same category as Arsenal when it comes to level of consistency throughout the league campaign. No one else has done that.
But not when it comes to squad strength.
Listen,
fine. We're not talking about any of that. But we're talking about
we were a minute ago.
We never were.
Chelsea technically have one of the highest squad strengths in this league, but they're shit. So it doesn't mean nothing.
How can they be shit? They've only just bought the players.
Big man, they're 9th, bro. What do you mean? You're above them, so of course they're shit. You're above them.
They just bought Enzo. Enzo just touched the UK this week. You can't just say statements.
Bro, I don't care, bro. I'm not a Chelsea fan. That's a Chelsea
fan. Them with some facts, and then we get into this. This one's gonna be a long one tonight, bro. Because I'm getting vexed.
The truth hurts, Deji.
All right, so I just pulled up some stats here from footballdatabase.com. It seems actually legit. Just based on the metrics, they got Bayern Munich in 1st, Napoli in 2nd, City 3rd, Madrid 4th.
City.
Carry on.
Madrid 4th, Barcelona 5th, Arsenal 6th.
There you go.
But what's that based on?
I'm done.
What's that based on?
Thank you. Next.
No, Zeus. What is that based on?
It doesn't matter.
Hang on, I'm
It's
just
on the
doing some
internet.
digging on the website. I'll get back to you. But
Anyone can read out a list of teams without no freaking.
I can give you the site. I'm just saying that looks like a legitimate list in terms of
Put the link in the chat.
A list of what?
and all that kind of
Zeus, a list of what, bro? You just listed teams and
Okay,
that's
hang
it,
on.
bro. You didn't tell us what the list was.
Hang on. They have okay, let me soup around for a little bit.
A hair.
They've got a point.
Oh, you now need to soup around, do you?
They've got a point tally on here, man.
Guys.
I didn't have time to research how to calculate it. You know?
Hey,
So
bro,
like,
if you want to come with facts, you gotta read your facts, bro. Okay, moving on. While Zeus figures out his calculations, let me go.
Hang on a sec. Wait. Hang on a sec. I'll give you another list. This is from 538.com. I don't know if, I think Egal might know them. Give it to stats guy, but this is ESPN zone, and they've got Bayern in first.
No. Wait, I'm asking you, what is the list? Their stats for what?
Grab the link and put it in the private chat.
Okay,
it's for the best teams around the world at the moment,
share your screen.
Form, based on everything.
No, but you don't. He's not said that, Deji. Don't put words in his mouth. He just said here's
the
list on ESPN, and that's it. No title, no nothing. Just the list of football teams.
Hang on, wait.
Don't be doing this Arsenal stuff where you.
Do you guys care about point tallies? Doesn't that determine who's the best
No,
team?
I'm just saying.
Egal, do you know what's annoying me? Sorry, just to cut just for a second while Zeus is finding.
Do we not care about point tallies?
What's annoying me is that
when we finish,
Egal is talking as if we're in week 36 and there's 2 games left.
I was talking when we were in week 2. We're currently in week 21. I'm still talking.
Bruv, the fact of the matter is, bruv, you could lose your next 3 or 4 games, and then what?
But we haven't.
Well, because you haven't played them yet, bruv. The last 2 games you've played, you've lost. And
we had the same conversation before the first North London derby. You said it's still early. You also, Tottenham fans also told me, guess what? We're only a couple points away from you. We could win the league. What happened now? You guys were the ones that dropped off, and we're still doing our thing. And now you want to discredit everything we've done in the past.
No, I'm not discrediting. What I want you to do, I'm not discrediting. Granted, you man are top. What I'm not about to have on this show, and you could get ejected, is for you to have the audacity to say that you're one of the best teams in world football.
Prove it to me.
But we are, though.
One second.
What we will do is accept that you men are having a freakish season and you're top.
Deji. Prove it to me.
100%.
1 second. Show me 5 teams that are more consistent than Arsenal. I will leave the stream and I'll apologize.
Bear silence.
It's not bare silence. I'm just who's defining here? It's better than is a subjective thing. On what metric?
He just told you the metric, Sean.
But that's your metric. My metric is based on squad strength, based on form, based on talent, based on.
Show me 5 teams. Show me 5 teams this calendar season, or not this calendar season, this Premier League, this league season, in every league in the top 5 leagues, or even the top 6 in Europe, that have more points and also have more wins and less losses than us. Show me that, and I will. And if you show me 5 of those,
you're the best, bro. That's a metric.
I've given you a metric.
So what does it mean?
I've given you a metric.
No, listen, I could pick a metric and say there's not 5.
Sean, we're not.
Research.
No, Sean, we're not debating.
Better than us, and I'll leave.
Egal, 1 second. Okay, Sean, we're not debating. You can give a metrics to change what Egal is saying, but Egal has given you his metric.
Oh, his metric, yeah, fine. On his metrics,
and he's challenged you on his metric. If you want a separate discussion about your metrics, we can have that. Okay. But on the metrics he just outlined,
fine.
He's
on
right.
The entirely redundant and irrelevant metric of one particular period of time, which team has got the most amount of points in the top 5 leagues? Correct. There's not 5 teams that are better than us.
And that's what his point was, though. That
wasn't the initial point, because
I don't agree with that metric.
5 teams that are better than Arsenal in the world football. And I said, on what metric? On squad strength, on form? And he said, on everything. So on everything includes.
I don't know. I'll have to VAR check.
Check the tape.
And also, can I just add in there that you, man, apart from the Premier League, you're not playing in any real competition. So for us who are playing in the big boy leagues, us that are playing in the big boy leagues, playing with the Real Madrid of this world, playing with the PSGs of this world, you ain't had that this season. You're playing in the Europa League, playing teams like Zurich. So in terms of even the kind of stress.
Wait, who's the best team you played in the Champions League?
You had any stress.
Who is he?
Wait, is Real Madrid in your group, Deji?
Brother, are you in the Champions League?
No, but you said you
Are
called
you-
it. Man said Real Madrid like they were in his
Can I
group.
just say
You know?
something? Sean and Zeus, how can someone
This
make
is
a
a
bold
madman.
statement, we're the best team in the world, and you're not even in the biggest European competition?
You want to know
How does that
something?
work? How does that
You wanna know
marry in your head?
You wanna know
The best
something?
team, in the world,
One
lost to
second.
PSV Eindhoven this season.
Is Barcelona in the Champions
But
League?
you're
Right?
top
Are
of
they
the
the
Premier
best team
League,
in the
bro.
world?
They're one of the best teams.
No, not anymore. Not at the moment.
They are. They
No.
currently are.
No, they're
They
not.
currently are.
No, they're not.
Find me. Okay.
But
you go
what
and find
Zeus's
me.
metric says
You
they
go-
are though,
you go-
Deji.
you
So
go-
what are we
I
doing
don't
now?
give a damn about Egal's metrics.
Listen, it's not my fault. It's not my fault that you guys judge who the best team is based on who makes you feel the best. To me, it's about what they have on the board and points they have on the board and wins and losses and what it actually takes to win Premier Leagues. And
But you're not playing. You're not playing in the highest competition this season.
Guess
That's
what?
what I'm
Yeah,
Guess
we
what?
are Premier
Guess what?
League, bro.
Based on
Premier
the fact
League's
that
the
On
highest
Europa
competition in
League,
the world.
you
One
lost to
second.
Eindhoven. The
Based
best
on
team
the
in the
fact-
world does not lose
Based
to
on the
Eindhoven.
fact based on the fact that Arsenal and Barcelona are not even in the Champions League and they're in the Europa League this season, winning the Europa League is actually harder than winning the Champions League. How about
That
that?
is
Okay, so
another
okay, Sean. I'm glad that we're people are throwing comments here.
Egal?
Sean said the best
That
team
is
in
low.
one of the best teams in the world don't lose to Eindhoven, but he also added City into one of the best teams in the world, and they lost to Brentford. So what we doing here, Sean? What we doing?
Look,
Man
no,
City are in the
Niger,
Champions League.
So now different metrics
Nigel,
now
you know
because
what
they're in
it
the
is?
Champions. Okay. So
Niger,
that's ages.
what we're not going to do on this One Touch TV show is we're going to make stupid and silly statements. Okay,
Bro, I'm
Niger,
just going by your metrics,
you're a
bro.
culprit. You know the Premier League is the toughest league in the world.
And who's
And
top of that currently?
Anyone.
And who's top of that currently, Deji?
Anyone can beat anyone on their day. We
So
know
who's
that.
top of that toughest league in the world right now?
Let me make my point. Currently, you man are top, and we know
Yeah.
the reasons why. Some people think
Yeah, because we won more games than other people.
some
That's
people
usually
think
how
it's
it works.
freakish.
bro.
Some
Yeah,
people
well.
say that you man dabbled in witchcraft. Some people say you've actually played good football. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the different arguments.
That's Pogba. That's Pogba.
The
We
different,
have
the
Mohamed
different
and Jesus.
arguments. What we are saying though is that wild statements like we're the best team in the world when you're not in the top European competition is
Deji, why aren't you reading out some of these comments,
Also-
bro? The comment
also,
section is
bro,
trying to help you out.
Egal, Barcelona was in the Champions League. They weren't good enough to stay in, so they joined you, man. Remember that, yeah? If
They're
you
top of La
if you
Liga, bro.
guys,
What are you
if
lot
you
top of?
guys
Making
were
my
in the
point.
Champions League, you would be out too. That's just a fact.
You
You
don't know
can't
that.
cope. And let me tell you why we know you
Listen.
can't. Let me tell you why we know you can't cope.
Why is that?
The reason why we know you can't cope is that you said it yourself. Arteta had to rotate. He had to rotate your squad
Every
But the
squad has to
FA
rotate,
Cup-
bro.
for the FA Cup because your players couldn't cope with playing in two competitions. Can you imagine
Yeah.
that?
Oh, so you've done no rotation season, Deji? Is that what you're telling me?
Your first
One
11
second.
can't cope with two
One
competitions.
second.
That, bro.
One
Yours
second.
can't either. So
One
Our
second.
injuries have
We
forced
don't-
us
we
to
don't-
rotate.
We don't deal with ifs, ands, and buts and all these other things. All we know is
Well, you're out of the FA Cup.
one thing we do know is yes, we are out of the FA Cup. Yes,
Yeah.
we
Are you
out
gonna
of
win
the
it,
League
Deji?
Cup.
Why are you out
Yes.
of it?
Yes,
Why
we're
you gonna
out of
win
the FA Cup.
Because
Yes,
City
we're
beat
out
us,
of
the
the
best
Cup.
team
No,
in the
but
world,
Egal,
apparently.
why are you out?
One
No,
second.
I want
One
Egal's
second.
response to
One
this. I want
second.
Egal's
One
response.
second.
Why are you out of the FA Cup, big boy?
Let him. He was in the middle of landing.
Bro,
Why are you
I
interrupting him?
literally was-
Egal, land.
1 second. Let me just get my. let me
I
just
tell you,
get
mate, this
my
is
card
fire.
here.
I don't give a
me
damn
connect
about
my
you guys.
Okay. Before I go any further, Deji, just hear me out for 2 seconds. I'm going to be clear and concise. It's not about the FA Cup. It's not about the League Cup. It's not about all that. You basically are saying, based on the fact that Arsenal, you feel like Arsenal will get knocked out of the league because of squad depth. Now, if we were in the Champions League, you cannot predict something that has not happened. I'm not going to say you're right. I'm not going to say you're wrong. I'm just going to say we can't predict that because it's not happened. One thing we can
You can
predict.
speculate, though. You can speculate.
One thing we can predict is that Arsenal have been better than 95% of the teams that are in the Champions League this season. That is a fact.
Well, one of the luxuries that you have,
and in the league,
let me counter quickly on that point.
You can say
One
that
of the
about
luxuries that
Wrexham.
you have is that I'm looking at your squads that you put out in your Europa League games. You've been playing people. Where's my list here? You've been playing people like Tierney,
What did you say, Tierney?
Sambi Lokonga.
Why are you mentioning Tierney's name like he's not international?
You've been rotating on your Thursday night football. Teams in the Champions League that you're competing with can't do that. They can't do that. You're essentially playing.
Oh wait, have you got the same? Have you got the same squads for the Champions League team?
I'm not going to sit here and dispute something that's a fact. But it seems like you guys are disputing the fact that Arsenal have been one of the best teams in the friggin' world.
I'm saying it's easy to play. It's easy to play great football when you're playing essentially one game.
We didn't ask for the reason we're one of the best teams in the world. We asked that. We didn't ask for reasons.
1 second. It's not easy, or else you guys would have been doing it. It was not easy because, or else everyone would be winning games in the Premier League like we are. It's not easy, or else Tottenham have never done what we're doing right now. Tottenham have never been.
Do you think that the fact that Newcastle are not playing European football has anything to do with the fact they're playing one game a week?
After 20 games, this is the greatest ever start in Arsenal Football Club's history, and you're trying to make it seem like this is nothing. Yes, in Europe we put out B teams, but guess what? If we were in the Champions League, we cannot predict how we would have. You wouldn't be able to cope. We would not be able to predict. We would not be able to predict.
So can I ask you a question? Do you think with your squad
in the summer?
With your current, no, Egal, sorry.
We don't, Deji. We don't know how we would have strengthened in the summer. So
no.
Can't do that.
Okay, let me help you out, Deji, because I think Deji's going to ask a question. He goes, "Do you think your squad as it is would have been able to cope with the Champions League?" That's what you want to ask, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you want to ask. Okay, cool. No, wait. Egal, wait.
Be honest.
The reason why you can't even ask him that question is if we're in the Champions League, the players that we can sign are completely different. So our squad would be set up different anyway.
Hypothetically,
so you can't even ask that question, bro.
Of course you can.
You're asking a hypothetical.
Bro, it's all hypothetical.
No.
Bro.
What I'm saying to you is that
I don't know.
Newcastle United have had the first half of their season of their lives. Do you acknowledge that it's in no small part because they're playing one game a week? They haven't got the distraction of
Nah, they just got a great coach, bro.
Oh, you think it's got nothing to do with the fact that they haven't got to play twice a week?
If that's the case, all those years you didn't play in Europe, why didn't you win the league? Why weren't you challenging for titles? All those the 20
years that you went.
We didn't have a strong enough squad.
We didn't have a strong squad then.
Oh, so now these guys, bro. You keep changing it, bro.
No, we're not changing anything. All I'm saying is,
so do we have a strong squad?
Yes,
you've got a very strong.
Okay, so we have a strong squad now, Deji.
You're the best team in the world. You're the best team in the world, according to Egal.
But you're saying that we're not. So you need to pick a side. Are we or aren't we? Then we can.
You've got a strong first 11.
Are we or aren't we?
You've got a strong first 11. You're incredibly fragile beneath that.
Let me make it easier for you guys. All you had to do was agree with me that we're one of the top 3 teams in the world, put more pressure on instead of disputing it. And instead, what you guys have done, you've shown your own backsides by disputing the fact that our team is not good, but at the same time saying that we don't have squad depth and we're competing with the best of the best. So how is that possible? We're good, and you just know it.
It's hard for them to say. Egal, it's hard for them to say.
You're playing one game a week with your strongest 11.
Exactly.
Oh, so we don't play Europa League anymore. We don't play.
You don't put out your strongest 11 in Europa League.
Our strongest squad is at every Europa League game.
No, it's not. Oh, okay, not the same. Not the same.
Thank you.
Some teams in world football get lucky. Apparently, Arsenal just having a lucky season. Fair enough.
Look, like I said, we're about to move on, but I'm gonna give you the closing statement. But what I will say is this: can you make the same point about Leicester when they won the league? Don't answer that. That's a rhetorical question. Zeus, your final words on this point, because Egal has come here and blasphemed on this show.
Okay.
I think in actual statements.
Yeah, I think the question is Arsenal the best team in the world? Was that what we said? The best team in the world? Like how he started off? I think
one of. He said one of. He said one of. He didn't say the best team. He said one.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll go on record and say Bayern Munich, Man City, and Barcelona. Those are better teams than Arsenal, in my view. Maybe not 5, but those 3. And this is actually buttressed. This is straight from another list, and this one does have all the numbers here and all that. And this is from 538. This is ESPN.
This is league games, right? League games, yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if it's.
If you're not sure, I don't want to hear the stats. All right,
no, you can't do that. You can't just.
You can't hear no stats. You're not sure.
Hang on. No. If you had said, "Hey, if you give me time to," I'm preparing mid-show. I'm searching this stuff during the show. But this is 100% researched. If you want, you know what? I'm gonna tweet like the breakdown of the, not tweet. I'm gonna like paste the breakdown of the stats and all that stuff, and you can go through it. You know, when you have time. But
I'm just gonna say this, and I'm gonna be quick and concise.
Cool. Go on,
Based on your metric, a team that is 5 points below us in the league table have been better than us this season. Based on your metric, a team that has 40 points and has 7 draws have been better than us this season. And based on your metric, yes, Barcelona are might be on the same level as us, but Napoli, who've been one of the best teams in the Champions League and in the Serie A, are not even in your metric.
Serie A doesn't even compare to the
I question the validity of your statement.
100%. Like I said, if you had time to go through the metrics and all that stuff, I'm sure we could figure out what they're rationalizing it on. But I'm assuming a lot of it has to do with the individual players' talents, right? Like you can't say.
No, I'm just going by the points and the way we're playing.
Yeah, nice cherry picking of a decent metric that suits the argument.
Thank you.
Okay, so you lot have told me.
And you know what, Sean? Can I just say
hold
something?
Hold on. Sean's told me. No, hold on one sec. You guys have told me Bayern Munich are better than us, right? And
I think overall they're a better team. Yeah.
Wait. This season, Bayern Munich are better than us. Okay, cool. Prior to this season, everyone used to say it's a Farmers League because Bayern win every single year, right? So Bayern Munich in the Farmers League, they dominate, have only got 40 points. But at Arsenal, in the league that you said is the most competitive league in the world, are on 50 points. But Bayern are better. Explain that to me, please.
Because Bayern Munich consistently play in the best competitions in the world. They have the best squad in the world. They're one of the best squads in the world. Arsenal do not. There's other things to judge a team on.
You're right. They have a better squad than us, but we're performing better than them. That's what I'm saying.
And also, the big boys in the Prem this season are struggling. All of the top teams are struggling, barring one. Let me remind you, and Egal, you said it, and Nigel said it. City is struggling this season. Yeah?
They're struggling, but 3 points below us.
Listen, Spurs is struggling this season. I'm looking at Egal because he's not flinched. That means he agrees with me. Chelsea is struggling this season. Liverpool struggling this season. United had a crap start. So, if the big boys are struggling, you would be top. That's
let me just reply.
That's it.
Let me just reply. Based on points totals over the last 10 seasons, this season's on par and even better than some of them. If you look at the points totals on the board, Tottenham actually have a better points total than they did last season, and you're currently 5th.
Tottenham are overachieving right now, bro. We come with facts, Deji. You don't just come with emotional statements, bro. We come with facts.
Hang on a second. Yo, Niger, can you tweet out or can you post the link to the second list, the 538 one? Into the comment section.
Hold on one second. Let me try.
While that is happening, thank you. Look, we agreed to disagree on this show. We need Egal to come back, all of us to come back because we have unfinished business. But it was a great debate. Sean, we got to talk on the Tottenham game. You called it. You called Spurs to win the game. I'm not gonna lie. I was slightly disappointed. For me, I felt that we this weekend for the first time we were in a win-win. If we beat City, we beat City. We can have that the plaudits for that. If we lose, we dent Arsenal's kind of gap. So for me, we couldn't lose this weekend.
Sad fan base.
How do you feel about the result? You've heard Egal wax lyrical about his team. This is what I was afraid of. This kind of shameless behavior that we've seen tonight. And these two brothers here. But Sean, tell us, how did you feel about the result? Is this the turnaround for Spurs, or was it just a one-off? And then I'll get Zeus before I bring these guys to irritate me some more.
Yeah, look, I mean, Tottenham have been kind of titled second half FC for a lot of this season. I think maybe we're going to become second half of the season FC because we've just started our trend. Like Arsenal on the back of two defeats without scoring goals. We're on the back of 3 wins. We've scored 5 goals. We haven't conceded a single one in our last 3 games. Things are looking up for Tottenham. You got new players coming in. You got the players that everyone ridicules sitting there thinking, I'm for my career now, and puts in an absolute beast-like performance against until a couple of weeks ago, the world record or the Premier League record signing in Jack Grealish. We could go down to 10 men and still beat the champions 1-0. It was commanding. We always do it against them, that we are their bogey team. Harry Kane Harry Kane always gets the plaudits whenever he always gets man of the matches that I don't think he necessarily deserves when he scores the winning goal. Even if he hasn't played particularly well, he gets it. But he wasn't getting the man of the match because Pierre-Emile Højbjerg was coming up with just one of the absolute rock-steady performances in the middle. You have Emerson on the right. But even despite that, Harry Kane put in a shift like no other. And I think that Tottenham now, listen, we got Leicester coming up next. That's going to be an easy one for me. I'm not worried about Leicester whatsoever. And then we got to play West Ham. Then we got to dismiss AC Milan, which is going to be easy. They got smashed 5-2 by Sassuolo. We're going to deal with AC Milan. We're going to deal with AC Milan. I don't even care if we get Man City in the quarterfinals because we've done them before. We'll do them again over 2 legs. Tottenham can smash City, and basically, I'm not really frightened of anyone in. There's maybe 1 or 2 teams I want to avoid in the Champions League, but I'll take my chances and see how that goes. I think the FA Cup's on, and listen, we've got a run of Premier League games coming up. Once we get past West Ham, then we got to play Chelsea. So it's a bit of a banana skin because we don't know what Chelsea are going to turn up, but it's a London derby, and Tottenham maybe struggle against them. But this season's version of Chelsea versus second half of the season FC Tottenham Hotspur, I think we can get past them. And then we've got a run of like 5 or 6 games that every one of them is winnable. I think you could see Tottenham go on a 10-11 game unbeaten streak here. And it starts on Saturday on Leicester.
1 second. Let me just go to Zoot's list. I have it up. Deji, if you want to share it, please. Just for 1 second. I just want to break this down for you guys.
It's not letting it go. This one.
This is his global soccer club rankings, right? Now, I just want to show you guys some inaccuracies in this list. You have Liverpool 8th, right? You have Newcastle 10th, Chelsea 11th, and where's Tottenham? All the way in 17th. Brighton's.
We never said we're top 5 though. We never said we're like one of the top clubs.
No. So is this? How is this being judged? This doesn't make sense.
Scroll up.
It doesn't
click on the how this works. And like I said, right, not enough time to go through everything, but the whole breakdown of I'm just saying this is
a coefficient ranking, right?
Yeah. This is ESPN,
this is previous season ranking, market value, and preseason. This has nothing to do with actual performances until let's be honest, or else you wouldn't have Liverpool 8th. How are Liverpool and Napoli?
Come on, Zeus, man.
I mean, basically they're not assuming you can't have Liverpool. This tons of injuries, right? Does it assess for injuries?
This doesn't even prove my point anyway, because I still wouldn't have Arsenal 4th. I still have 5 teams that are better than Arsenal.
You want to know something? It had Arsenal 3rd before.
And that's an emotional decision, Sean.
No, it's not. It's based on things outside of the little one metric that you want.
That's why the comments are covering your face, Sean.
I can't believe that metrics has Arsenal better than PSG. I mean, that's just madness. But look,
you think PSG would be better than Arsenal?
I think PSG would beat you in a game. 100%. I think PSG would walk you off the park.
PSG will set you up. I mean, you man are Europa League. Come on.
Don't worry about PSG. You won't be playing them for a little while.
Why did you slap us up there, Deji?
Let's get back.
Let's get back to the Spurs game.
Let's get back to enjoying your victory against City, bro. Sorry, continue.
Come on.
Yeah, so I'm done. I'm saying I think that Tottenham smashed them. I had some money on the result. I'm happy with it, and I think that Tottenham now can go on and kickstart. Listen, obviously Tottenham have always got the propensity of beating a big team and then slipping up against an easier one, but I don't think that's going to happen this time around. I think that there's a bit of momentum behind us, and I think Tottenham could go on a 10-11 game unbeaten run here, and then you'll see us catch Newcastle.
Man said unbeaten. He couldn't say winning streak. Man said unbeaten.
Maybe even catch Arsenal. You never know.
Maybe. When Arsenal start the chokehold, when the chokehold comes on them.
There's I know I'm not the host of the show, but there's a very interesting comment relating to what we've just been talking about from Latimus Prime. I don't know. You're the host, Deji, so you might want to read it out.
Benfica, Napoli, and Arsenal have been the best teams in the world this season. Their strengths and weaknesses for why an argument can be made for one of these clubs over the other. I mean, look, I'm not being funny.
Big up, Laddie, man. Big up, Laddie.
Big up to you, Ladimus. Do you get me for kind of interjecting and contributing to that to this debate? What I will say, why I can't entertain this world best team in world football. When you look at the Arsenal,
one of them. Let's make sure.
When you look at the Arsenal team and you look at that bench, it looks like Cheltenham FC. I don't give a damn what you man are saying.
No, you're right. You're right. And then when you look at the points tally, you're like,
so for me, I can't take your team seriously with the work that you lot did in Jan.
1 second. Let me ask you a question.
Like Egal, you
We
came
took
and
6
you
points off you before
lied
Jan,
on
bro.
people,
One
and
second.
you lied, pretending that you were happy with the business you lot did in
One
Jan.
second.
That's a lie.
Have Arsenal gotten better after January?
No.
You
We
guys
got
are
worse,
lying.
yeah?
Have Arsenal gotten better since January? You lost your
Yes.
last 2 games.
How
How have you got better?
Have Arsenal gotten better in strength?
In the squad. Oh, in the squad.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
say-
who did you let go
would
of?
say
Who
it's
did
the
you
same.
sell?
We never asked for
same.
any. We just asked for yes or no question, bro. All
Well,
these
but
extra-
in order to answer
No.
it, who was your third signing and who did you let go of? I don't know who you sold. Who went?
We
Who left
let
the
go
club?
of Cedric and we let go of
Sambi.
We loaned out
Sambi.
Sambi Lokonga.
Okay, and then you brought in
Jorginho.
Trossard, Jorginho, and who was the third?
Trossard, and Jakub Kavor, who's a
Not sure
defender.
who that is,
He's a good player as well. Yeah, I liked him in the World Cup for Poland. Yeah, look, you have increased.
Big
you
up that
improved your
honesty,
strength.
Sean.
You have improved your strength.
That's what I like, Sean. Even though he's all for the banter, he's at least honest, deep down.
For me,
Fuller's
I
the
respect
month, mate.
Sean. For me, I see no change.
Have you gotten better in those?
I see those got
Yes.
better with
Yes.
January.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the right
Massively.
How
side.
many players did you sign?
2.
One.
You signed 2 players.
Hey, Deji don't even know what's going on, bro. He's lost, bro. He's lost, bro. Deji, are you even sure you watch football still, bro? I said one sided.
Let me give you an unbiased opinion on Tottenham signings. You guys signed Pedro Porro, who's a really good right wing back who can play defensively and tuck in also as a right center back.
Is he better than Ben White? Is Porro better than Ben White?
Exactly what you needed. We have to see him play.
Is he better than Ben White?
One second. Before we start comparing him to Ben White and other people in the Premier League, we have to see how he performs.
What you know of him?
From what I know of him, I don't know how he's going to perform in the
What do
Premier
you
League.
mean you don't know?
He just told you an answer. Stop asking him the same question.
He improves. He's taken one of our weakest parts of our team, and it's now become one of our strongest parts of the team.
Fair enough.
I think it's a massive step up.
100%. Dan Juma, I hate the fact that you guys signed him because I like Dan Juma. He's a Muslim brother. I support the guy, but I can't support him anymore because he plays for Tottenham. That's the issue. You know what? When he scores a goal, as long as you guys lose, I'll support it. But when it comes down to it, you guys have gotten better. You've made 2 good signings.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, when it comes down to it, even though we've made 3 signings, you guys don't rate Arsenal, so you're gonna forever be against the signings. It's Deji.
No, I think you made great signings. I think the signings. I'm not a fan of Jorginho. I think he's bang average, and I don't think
get into your starting lineup.
Don't be silly.
No, he wouldn't. He would not. No, absolutely.
Højbjerg, Bentancur, no.
No chance. No chance.
I don't think. I'm being honest. No, this is banter aside. I don't think those 3 signings do anything to your squad.
You guys wanted to sign Trossard.
I wanted
Trossard.
I wanted Trossard. I said this to you on Mont's show, Egal, when it happened. I was jealous. I said, you guys have got a really good player there.
Because you're an honest fan, Sean. Deji's just all about
I think Trossard's class. Trossard's class.
Is Trossard better than Martinelli?
No.
Bro, he can push him back.
I think he is right now, personally.
At this moment in time, Martinelli has not been performing well ever since Jesus got injured because it doesn't allow him to drift into the similar spaces that he was prior to that.
He's not better than Martinelli.
Bro, let me land.
He's not better than him, in my opinion.
No, this is why I reckon. Hold on. I reckon as of right now, Trossard is better than Martinelli, but Martinelli's still getting better every week. Trossard's at 28, bro. He's not really going to get better than he is right now. Martinelli's going to be better than him in a couple of years, but as of right now, he's both-footed, he's intricate, he can assist goals, he does the lot. He's better than any winger that Spurs have signed this season too.
That's true. He's
better than
Max.
Bro, now, Danjuma or Trossard, be honest.
Trossard.
All day long, bro. It's not even close, bro. And the whole football world picks Trossard like 9 out of 10 times, bro.
I'm just going to say this. When you said Arsenal's bench looks like a Charlton team, I'm not going to lie to you. Charlton wish they had Eddie Nketiah. Charlton wish they had Fabio Vieira. Charlton wish they had friggin' Kieran Tierney. Charlton wish they had Jorginho on their bench. Charlton wish they had a guy like
but Egal, it's even better what he's saying. Deji, I'm even liking this comparison Deji's giving, because if we are looking like Cheltenham and FC and we're still able to dunk 6 points on their head tops and be 5 points clear in the Premier League, that further enhances your point. We are one of the best teams in the world right now because
know something?
we have a
They
dog
spent-
shit bench apparently, and we're still top.
60 million. One
And we're
second,
still
they
top.
spent 60 million on Richarlison, who has less goal contributions in the Premier League than Reece Nelson.
He's hardly played.
Shit.
Reece
Nah,
Nelson
neither
played
has
2
Reece
games.
Nelson. He's had 3
Reece
games,
Nelson
bro.
played 2 games. He had 2 goals.
Yeah, but
why you?
And Tottenham have been. Look,
Okay, how about this?
What we can't
Reece
do.
Nelson played 2 games.
What
And
we
he has 1
can't
less
do.
goal than
All
Son
right,
this
all right.
season.
You proved your point. We can't do these comparison things. We can't because Reece Nelson's played in an Arsenal team that's been on fire this season. Albeit, I will call it freakish.
Bro, first he didn't play. Now he's playing in a team that's on fire, bro.
Tottenham,
Choose your argument, bro. And run with it,
Tottenham,
bro.
by our standards, we've been poor.
Have you
So coming
overachieved
into
this
a
season?
poor
What are you
team,
talking
what do you
about?
want to do?
How have
What
we
do you want to
overachieved?
do in a poor
Because
team?
you got more points than you did this time last season. That's why.
Get out of here, bro.
That's why, Sean. That's
why
why.
our manager was
This
on
is
the
a
road.
hard. We're at the halfway hut. You know, like you just finished the front 9. You've got to play the back 9 yet. You know, to use a golfing analogy. Let's not run
Right
before we
now,
can-
you're overachieving,
Tottenham's second half of their season, last season, was spectacular, and it's going to be the same this time around. So you're absolutely right. We are going to overachieve again when we finish third this time around. Take over from. I don't know,
You still think you're finishing in the top 4, yeah? For real?
100% we are, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and I'll have a £50 bet. I like having a little cheeky £50 bet. Anyone wants a £50 bet on that? I'll.
Yeah, bet with Nigel right now. Pump your chest, Nigel. Bet then.
What? What's the bet?
The Tottenham do or don't finish in the top 4.
Yeah.
Oh, not third. They finished in the top 4.
The question you asked.
Yeah,
you
okay,
didn't finish in the top four.
£50. Tottenham don't finish in the top 4.
Can we clip this, please, someone?
Done.
And anyone else in the chat wants to do that bet as well.
Do that between yourselves, man. Do that between yourselves, man.
I'm going to ask you a
Deji,
question.
I'm not trying to get debts for everyone else because you've got a lot of bills to pay
I'm gonna
this
ask you a
summer.
question. I'm going to ask you a question. Arsenal play Man City at home after Brentford. What's your prediction?
Arsenal
Is that
play.
to me or to Sean?
Either.
What was the question?
Arsenal play Brentford, and
Yeah.
then we play City. Out of those 2 games, how much points we pick up? I
I'm-
say we pick up all 6.
I say City takes 6 points. You don't beat
what?
City, bro. You don't beat City.
Where?
Well,
So
you don't,
it's
bro.
Brentford at home, and then it's where? Where are you playing City at
Bro,
home?
I didn't mention home and away versus City. This is where Deji, I feel like you're not listening to me. I just asked.
Where are you playing Man
The
City?
next 2 Arsenal games are at home versus Brentford
Yeah.
and City.
You
Loosen
play
up the
City
hat,
at
Deji, maybe it'll help.
3 point. I think you beat Brentford, but I can't see you beating City.
Okay, Sean.
You're not getting all 6.
Sean is just livid. I can just feel him,
the
pain of him saying that we're getting.
You're not getting all 6. You're not getting all 6. You're not getting all 6.
No, it's fair. Listen, do you know how many games we've lost at home this season?
0, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What you know about that? Oh, you collected one of them.
Do you
L's.
know how
Yeah,
many-
you all about
Do you
that.
know how many games? Do you know how many games away from home Man City have lost this season?
3.
Yeah. Do you know who has the best home record in the league?
Yeah. Are you going to ask all? Are
I
you
like
going
this.
to ask?
I like
Are you
this
going to
question.
ask a series of questions that all point towards the same answer?
Basically, the logic to say City are going to pick up points at the Emirates, or I actually believe we have a stake or potential opportunity this season to go invincible at home.
Huh?
That is honestly what I believe. Anyways, it is what it is.
Can we clip that, please? Because this guy
Clip it.
definitely, his
Clip
chest has gone wild. I mean, this is what I knew it. These Arsenal fans, despite getting slapped up by Everton, these men are on wild.
You wanna know something?
I gotta say something though.
One injury,
No,
one
Deji.
injury
No,
away.
yeah,
One injury
one
away
thing I
from
will
trouble.
You're
thing
one
I said
injury
about
away
Egal-
from your season collapsing too.
Egal, what I will say,
Yeah, but I'm not sitting here saying we're going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season.
Yeah, but you're saying you're going to get to the in the top 4. That's
We
bad.
are.
Guess what?
We
Guess
are.
what?
but you would have
Bad
predicted
enough, bro.
Spurs. But Niger, you would have predicted Spurs to be in the top 4 before the season started. So
No, I said 5th. I said 5th.
no, you never.
I said top.
I said
top
5th.
4. Everybody
I said
said
fifth.
top 4.
I said that.
Yeah, well, you were smoking.
No,
you were smoking
no,
bush that day,
no,
anyway.
No, but I said the facts, bro. I said Tottenham aren't good enough to finish in the top 5.
Right.
When Chelsea and Liverpool were doing their thing, I thought, ooh,
Let me say
maybe. But obviously, Tottenham have just been what Tottenham are, dead. So they've gone back to their normal selves. and they're going to
hibernate
finish
in the
fifth.
first half of the season.
Egal.
We hibernate. We come out.
But you've had your best start to a season so far.
Can I just
hibernate.
stop Egal's theory since our kind of agenda's gone out the window?
Well, the comment section is trying to get some words in, bro.
Egal, you should have beaten Everton. True or false?
You should,
because you always beat Everton. So what you got also
that's
allow?
not true. That's not
you
true.
Always beat
We tend to drop points Everton away.
Do you?
Yeah,
that's not a good ground for us.
The last 4 years, we picked up 1 point.
And do you normally beat City at home?
City at home. Last year we lost. We haven't beaten City.
Just
at
no,
home.
Egal, don't.
We haven't beaten City at home.
No, is the answer.
Okay, so why? So based on your logic and theory, based on your logic and theory, why would you then turn around and say that you guys will beat City? Based on your own theory.
1 second. Because the last.
You know what I'm saying, Sean?
Can you let him land? You lot just keep laughing. Let him land.
The last 2 times we played City. The last 2 times we played City, they showed clear vulnerabilities, and we've improved massively this season. And I believe we can beat them easily.
But you lost the last time.
I believe at our ground, it will be the wake up call to the Premier League to say this season, it's Arsenal season, and after we beat them at the Emirates on the 15th of February, everybody will be saying Arsenal's Premier League to lose. No one else is taking it away from them. If someone can, please come do it.
It's already
Nigel, I want to bring you in on this point because you've heard.
Now let me just add to what Egal was saying real quick, and then you bring me in. So basically, a lot of things were said that we don't do normally this season, like go to Spurs' stadium and we take L's, and we got a W. So
go to Goodison Park and take W's, and you got an L. So
no, but you can talk about Everton, but you're not going to talk about what happened at your stadium. We have to analyze both, innit?
Yeah, and you mentioned one. I was just reminding everyone of the other.
Yeah, of course. So therefore, it's not stupid to think that like having the best home record in the league, we can take points off a team that have just lost to Spurs. Spurs, for goodness sake. Do you know what I'm saying? A team that we took 6 points off this season easily without any struggles whatsoever.
No. So, we've taken 9 points off them. They've helped us out, remember?
Oh, yeah, true.
Can I just...
Sorry, what point did you want to bring me in on? Sorry.
No, the point I wanted to bring you in on, but you kind of did it already, but you did it real and I got confused, is that, did you agree with your guy, Egal? But with the nonsense that you just started, I ain't going to ask you any more questions. These, man, when you look back on this show, you've been going around the houses, basically, with your answers. But let me just go into the chat real quick because
I've been straight and direct.
A lot of comments. It's been very funny. We welcome. Is it Snoppy Triple G? Big up to you. I've never seen you before, but I like this comment right here from Snoppy Triple G. Out of the FA Cup and just lost to Everton. Yeah, these are the points that our brother Sean's been saying.
So that's the comment that you picked to read out.
I was just looking.
I know you didn't read that last one, did you? Why didn't you read the last one?
Look, because we know Silver Fox has just got back from work and he's hit his head.
1 second. I know this is irrelevant, but Tottenham, you just beat Manchester City, right? What happened in your last 5 Premier League games before that?
Yeah, but we know
we won the previous one.
Yeah.
No. You won against Man City. What happened in your last 5 games after?
We beat Fulham. We drew with Brentford. We lost to Arsenal, and we lost to.
No, he's talking about City. How many times?
Oh, against City.
We beat City 5 times. Yeah.
Yeah, we mash up City all the time. Like that was expected.
I think we've won 4 of the last 6 games against. 4 of the last 7 and drawn 1. They've won 2 of the last 7.
Expected to
home and away.
This is we've gone back to normal setting.
Forget about everything I just said. Your last 6 home games, how many of them have you won?
6 home games?
Yeah.
Just 1.
2.
You've
won 2. So when it comes to home records, how are you guys trying to educate me on what I just said is ridiculous? When our team have played 9 games
What's
this
that
season?
got to do with anything? What's Tottenham's home record got to do with the fact that
my point is, you don't understand what a fortress feels like at this moment in time.
And that's real talk, there, Sean. You can laugh where you want, but that's the realest talk. Big up,
People are coming to your house.
I just heard literally Egal trying to justify his point about Arsenal beating City at home by saying, "How are you guys going to educate us on that when you've lost your last one?" What has Tottenham's
let me give you another example.
On earth got to do with our opinion about Arsenal?
Manchester City played another informed team, Manchester United, at their ground. What happened?
At their ground?
When Man City faced Manchester United at home.
I'm not following.
My point is, when you're an informed team and you're dominant in your house, and another big team comes to your house, you beat them. As we beat.
Are you informed?
Yes.
You lost your last 2 games. How are you informed?
How many of them at home, bro? How many home games do we lose?
1 second. This is how we're informed. We haven't lost at home this season, right? In the league, in the Premier League, we had one loss against Everton, but that's our first loss in 14 games, mate. And then let me take it back.
Played Man City yet.
Let me take it back. Let me take it back one more time. When you're talking about the reasons,
Man City haven't played us.
Arsenal haven't lost at home. In our last 6 games at home, we've only drawn once.
Who were they against?
And we've only conceded like 10 goals.
Who were they against?
What do you mean? Who are they against?
Who are the teams
we played you? We played Liverpool. We played every single big team in the league.
All the teams that are having a crap season.
What other team do you
haven't played Manchester City?
The only team we haven't played at our ground is City and Chelsea. That's it.
Barely past Fulham. You were lucky against Fulham. Fulham smashed you.
But we got past them. Who cares about luck? We got the 3 points.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we won the game. At the end of the day,
if Fulham can come to your ground and bully you like they did, if Mitrovic can come and bully you, what do you think Erling Haaland's going to do on the day?
Guess what?
Bro, the same thing he did to Rob Holding. Nothing.
At the end of the year, when we're lifting the Premier League, it doesn't matter if Mitrovic bullied our defenders for 20 minutes.
Can we clip this comment, someone? Can we clip Nigel? Can we clip what Egal's just said? This whole show is dedicated to Egal. And
you want to know something?
Because he's had you lot up. Had you lot up today.
You know what? I hope and pray somebody takes this whole video and rewatch it and clip up big portions of the video, post them all over Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. I don't give a shit. I remember this stream. I am telling you right now, Arsenal winning the freaking Premier League, and Tottenham have just helped us secure 9 points this season. And you think we're going to lose to Manchester City? I guarantee you a win versus Manchester City. I guarantee you a win versus Chelsea at home. And I guarantee you we're going to win this Premier League. And you keep
right now.
Wow, first and foremost, Egal, thank you, because I haven't seen you pump your chest like this on any stream. This is a world exclusive, ladies and gentlemen, right here on Fan TV.
Smash the likes for Egal, my guy.
What I will say, Sean, Niger, and Egal, when you get slapped up by City, can you do me the pleasure?
Why are you calling Sean?
For the first 5 minutes of your show, playing what you just said. Would you do that?
Oh, how about this? How about this? You're invited to come on any post-match stream. You feel welcome. Any game, send me a message on Twitter or ask Kunle. You are open invitation from now to the end of the season. Any post-match stream you want to jump on my channel, you're welcome.
Jeez. Jeez, all right.
You heard him, bro. Man's not backing down for all you trying to
I like that.
Provoke him and throw him out. He's not backing down for nothing.
Big up, Chester.
Big up.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this: anybody who thinks Arsenal is not gonna win the Premier League, say it now, because when we do, I'm coming for your head top. Straight.
I don't think so.
You go with the smizzle. My guy, you know.
I don't think so. I just see the wobble is going to come through like later in the season. I just see
you don't see it. You hope it. You don't see it. You hope it.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's not even go there.
You know what? Well, you already know where I stand. I want you to come for my head top. Can I just do this because we haven't done it? Liverpool are garbage, as we already know. They lost 3-0 to Wolves. Nothing to really be speaking about there. Chelsea, they're absolutely terrible. You guys spent 700 million. It doesn't mean nothing. You're not doing nothing this season. You're not getting top 4. Both those clubs, their seasons are done. Newcastle are getting top 4. Leicester somehow are picking up form just before they play you. But I don't think you guys are going to drop points to Leicester, but it's going to be a tougher game than you guys think. Arsenal are going to beat Brentford. Everton are going to stay up. City
are dangerously critical situation at this moment in time. Their mental state as a club is fragile because of the whole situation that's happened, and I don't believe they're going to win the Premier League. And when it comes down to it, the only team we actually have to worry about for this Premier League title might be Manchester United. But I'm out of here.
Big up, Egal, my guy.
Big up,
Each
Egal.
and every time, bro.
Take care, buddy.
Everywhere.
Wow. You know
What a way to sign out on the show, Egal.
More chest than
My
Pamela.
guy.
The guy coming there with a whole load of chest. I'm vexed, to be honest. Niger, just be ready, because if Man City slap you, man, up, I don't want this kind of disappearing act where you take 2-3 days to answer a simple.
Hey, Deji, our show is on every Monday, bro. You
Niger
internet
is not working, etc.
You know what I mean?
No excuses.
Anyway, do you know what? Look, we've gone over. It's an hour and 15. We can't really get into all of the stuff. Arsenal doing what they same old Arsenal, always cheating. Tonight, going as low as deploying deflection tactics when we really wanted to get into Tottenham's fantastic victory.
You didn't want to.
We did.
You wanted to talk about us.
No, the chat was talking about.
You wanted to talk about your organs in North London.
Chest
you need to talk about your babas in North London, your organs, your masters. That's what you wanted to talk about.
The chat was asking for it. People were like,
chat wanted us to deal with a few things. Everyone in the chat, big up to you.
Big up, chat.
KN Box, The Assembled, Latimer's Prime, Diego, Craig, you know what it is, Joe Morgan,
even Silver Fox.
Said even Silver Fox,
guys, unfortunately, I've been hosting. I'm not used to hosting, so in terms of getting on the comments, it's been a bit rubbish.
Yeah, that's usually happens when Deji hosts, guys. He's not used to this hosting thing because Spurs don't usually have good weekends. So don't be harsh on him comment section. He's getting used to it. I don't know when next he'll do this. So I hope you enjoyed him hosting today. We'll probably see him in about 6 weeks or so. Who knows, man?
So anyway, on that note, yeah, Nigel, what are you saying? Because for me, you in your bedroom just derailed the whole thing. So I'm not really happy with you, man. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah.
All I've got to say is, let me just read this last comment before you wrap up the show. Fulham bullied you, yet Arsenal still saw the game through and won. If it was City, we'd be saying it was the mentality of champion.
Arsenal.
They bullied
Arsenal. Go on, say it, mate.
They bullied you, though. No, they bullied you.
No, he's quoting me because I said Fulham bullied Arsenal.
Yeah, we stole the game out and won the game, right? And if it was City, he's right. It's mentality of champions. If it was City, so the same should apply for Arsenal. I like that. Laddie is a Chelsea fan.
Laddie is an Arsenal fan.
So I'm bigging up his neutral opinion right now.
There's nothing neutral about Ladimus's opinion. Yeah. I would like to hear a neutral opinion positively about Spurs, Ladimus. I've not seen him make one.
Force him to give something that isn't there, bro. Do you get what I'm saying?
All he does is throw all these little shots.
If there's something positive to say, he'll do it, bro. That's it. That's literally it.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yes, on Monday. Big up, my brother. Love and respect. You know what it is. Big up to Prince Forward in the building. All right, Diego Costa 19 says, relax, you ain't beating us. So I think he's referring to you, Niger, that you, man, aren't beating City. Craig says, our strongest...
He's a Chelsea fan, I think.
I'm not sure at the Etihad. Okay, bloody hell. All right, cool. Anyway, gentlemen.
One injury away.
So, Sean, big up to you. Zeus, thank you for coming in from across the pond from the 6. Niger, enough respect and love for you. Quick predictions for these weekend's game quickly before we leave.
We got Brentford at home. I'm going to go for a cheeky 2-0 to Arsenal.
I'm going to go 1-1 Brentford, Arsenal, Brentford.
I'm going to go 2-2. I'm going to go 2-2.
I think the collapse 2-1.
I think it's like 2-1 Arsenal, but it's going to be like maybe a 9.
Tough 2-1, yeah?
Yeah. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be,
Fair point.
Okay. And then Tottenham, Leicester, I think it is, away to Leicester.
Yeah. 1-2. The 1-3 Tottenham.
Yeah.
Okay. If Conte is not there, we win 4-0. If he's there, it's gonna be
1-0.
2-1. I don't know. It's gonna be a win, but it's gonna be a grind.
Yeah, I you know what? Tottenham away to Leicester is always dodgy. We tend to slap them up at home, but away is dodge. I'm gonna go over 1-1 draw.
Wow.
Wow. After all that chest, that's what you're coming out with, Deji.
doing?
No, do you know what?
Deji,
You know what I'm doing?
Bro, he's a fraud. That's what you are.
Hey, Sean, I do something called...
We're just going to call you Deji 419 from now.
Reverse judge.
Deji Spurs.
It's been working so far. Last 2 weeks, I've been...
Bro, it's not...
Okay, I get it.
What Deji panel, just so you know, and comment section, Deji works the law of averages. That's all he does. And as soon as he gets one, he's like, oh yeah, I told ya. But my prediction for the Leicester Spurs game is I'm going for a 3-2 win for Leicester. 3-2 Leicester.
Yeah, because you're drunk. That's why.
Nah, bro.
You're mad.
I'm a realist. Madison brace loaded.
I've got Arsenal to win every game from now to the end of the season. You men are going to win the league. Yeah. All right, thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another rival show. It was fire. Sorry it was a bit hectic, but these Arsenal fans were making some hella crazy comments. Arsenal being the world's best team. Let that sink in with some of the crazy comments we heard tonight. Thank you all, and see you next week, Monday. Good night.
Peace. Arsenal to the world and back.
And Ketio, the world's best team. What the hell is that?